The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 233,036. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 5,558. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 1,250, with total confirmed deaths remaining at 62. Now we anticipate the local numbers to change as the county updates its 24-hour operating period. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Hiba Samad. It's 4 p.m. on Tuesday, August 25th. As fires across the state of California have caused devastation, there's a sign of hope at one of the oldest state parks. Last week, a massive wildfire swept through Big Basin Redwood State Park. With many worried the ancient redwood trees would be gone, there was actually good news. Many trees at this park are around 2,000 years old and among the tallest living things on Earth. An Associated Press reporter and photographer hiked out there this week and found that most of them are still standing tall, with one of the survivors a tree named Mother of the Forest. Officials say when Mother Nature hits a redwood tree, they don't topple but rather resprout. But the park's headquarters is no longer there, and many campgrounds, along with small buildings, are gone. The park receives 250,000 visitors a year. Officials from the Los Angeles Rams and Chargers announced some big news today. Fans will not be able to attend games at Sophie Stadium until further notice due to COVID-19. Officials say after careful consideration and discussion with state and local health officials, they decided to make this decision. While they're looking to celebrate the new era of sports and entertainment in Los Angeles, they say health is the top priority. They also said as conditions surrounding the pandemic improve and state guidelines change, they will communicate news at that time. If you're planning on traveling soon, health officials are no longer requiring you to quarantine. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention announced they are not recommending travelers to quarantine for 14 days anymore after returning from a trip. This includes domestic and international travelers. CDC officials now are advising people to monitor their symptoms, wear a mask, practice social distancing, and wash your hands. Now, they do say if you can't travel, it can increase a person's chance to being exposed to the virus. Also, it's a good idea to check the government website for the destination you're going to. Dr. Fauci, the nation's top infectious disease specialist, is warning officials to be careful before rushing to release a COVID-19 vaccine. Fauci said that distributing a COVID-19 vaccine under special emergency use guidelines before it has been approved safe and effective in large trials is not a good idea, and that it can have negative effects on the testing of other vaccines. He said this to Reuters during an interview this week. It would make it difficult and even impossible for other vaccines to enroll people in their trial. Health officials have said they are concerned President Donald Trump will push for a vaccine before November due to the election. Now, Fauci said you don't want to get an emergency use authorization before you know it's efficient and safe. The FDA's guidance on vaccines is that it demonstrates both. Now, large-scale clinical trials of the leading vaccine candidates are already underway. The World Health Organization released new information about children and face masks. The organization, along with UNICEF, says children 5 and under should not be wearing face masks during the pandemic. The two agencies, in a joint statement, said very young children are less susceptible to the virus and less likely to spread it. The guidance contradicts what the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have been suggesting, that children 2 and older should wear a face mask. WHO officials also they say for children 6 to 11, people should take into factors environments, whether the child will listen, and the local chance of transmission. For children 12 and older, it's recommended for them to wear a face mask and follow national guidelines for adults. Overall, studies show that older children potentially play a more active role in transmission of the virus. Researchers are warning people to cover their nose to keep themselves and others safe during the pandemic. Recent studies are showing that not only the mouth is of concern, but also the nose can cause others to get infected. A group of 43 researchers at the University of North Carolina mapped locations in the respiratory tract to see where COVID-19 most likely infiltrates the body. They found the cells that line the nose may be more likely to become infected with the virus than the throat or lungs. Officials say the virus appeared to pick the nose as a fertile ground for infection. And the University of Southern California announced an alarming spike in coronavirus cases recently. USC health officials say they've seen a spike of 43 coronavirus cases in off-campus housing facilities, and about 100 students are in quarantine due to possible exposure to COVID-19 as the first week of the fall semester finishes. In the past 7 days, 14 cases have been identified through asymptomatic population testing, and 29 cases have been identified through USC student health contract tracing and testing of symptomatic and exposed individuals. College officials said to students that every surface, every interaction where you share close contact or remove your face covering can pose a risk to yourself and others. They also discouraged students from returning to the campus area until further notice. California's Employment Development Department has secured billions more to help those unemployed. EDD announced that people who currently can get at least $100 per week in unemployment benefits may qualify for an additional $300 weekly. Also, you must provide a self-certification that they're unemployed or partially unemployed due to disruption caused by COVID-19. The payment will be available for a limited period of time with a minimum of 3 weeks, and with many finding it hard to get a hold of anyone at the department, the agency did say they have plans to have 3,700 people working in its call center by January. The state has processed 10.6 million unemployment claims since March and paid more than $67 billion in benefits. American Airlines announced its plans to cut thousands of jobs in October. 19,000 employees will lose their jobs when federal aid that protected those jobs expires. As labor unions and carriers have asked lawmakers for more aid, Congress still has not reached a decision on the national coronavirus aid package. Officials say the airline will have 40,000 fewer jobs in October compared to when the pandemic first started. Now, if federal aid is extended, it could avoid these cuts on October 1st. More than 12,500 people have chosen to leave American Airlines permanently already. Airbnb is striking down on homes that are breaking the rules. The company announced this week it has removed more than 50 properties in Los Angeles County from its platform after announcing an indefinite ban on parties. Officials say the properties violated policies on parties and events. The homes that were cut were located in Burbank, Long Beach, Marina del Rey, and West Hollywood, to name a few. Airbnb is only allowing a maximum of 16 guests on properties per this ban. And the state assembly passed the ban on the sale of most flavored tobacco products yesterday. This comes 2 months after the state Senate passed a similar proposal. The unanimous vote will soon make California another state to join those that are taking action to slow the spread of this habit among youth. The ban includes flavored e-cigarettes, cigars, and menthol cigarettes. The ban needs one more vote in the Senate before heading into the Governor Gavin Newsom's hands. Recent reports show more than 85% of kids are using e-cigarettes and little cigars. A local nonprofit is asking for your help to assist armed force members. The South Bay Sunrise Rotary Club, in partnership with the South Bay Junior Women's Club, is collecting various items and donations for Marine families at Camp Pendleton. Many of the Marines are deployed when their babies are born and family friends may not be nearby. There's a need for diapers, baby and children's clothing, strollers, cribs, playpens, toys, and books. The only thing that can't be accepted is used car seats. Other items they are looking for are household items, including dishes, pots, pans, silverware, glasses, linens, towels, blankets, and appliances. You can also donate gift cards from Target or Walmart, and another way to give back is to write a check to Pendleton Community Service Fund. If you'd like to donate, please contact David Hensler at 310-753-0929 for the drop-off location. A popular Starbucks drink for fall makes its debut once again today. The pumpkin spice latte is available at its stores starting today. This marks the drink's earliest release ever. Also returning is pumpkin cream cold brew, an iced drink topped with pumpkin cream cold foam and some pumpkin spice to make your mouth water. Starbucks has sold more than 400 million of these lattes since 2003 and has brought joy to customers for nearly 2 decades with this drink. Torrance City officials will be back for their virtual city council meeting tonight. The meeting starts at 7 p.m. live, and you can take a look at the agenda right now at torranceca.gov. The public is encouraged to participate by emailing ahead or calling in during oral communications. One of the agenda items includes reviewing proposed options from the Los Angeles County Registrar Recorder, County Clerk regarding vote by mail drop box and vote center locations, among other items. You can participate by emailing council meeting public comment at torranceca.gov and calling 310-618-2404. Make sure to watch live on City Cable as well as online at torranceca.gov, Facebook, and on YouTube at 7 p.m. tonight. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community, feel-good pictures, images, and videos that reminds us all of how resilient our community is and how Torrance cares. Well, the First United Methodist Church in Old Downtown Torrance is giving away a free burrito bowl dinner and a simple bag of school supplies tomorrow from 5 to 6 p.m. The goal is to try and bring some joy to the first day of school in hopes of helping struggling families. Now, if you know of any families that can benefit, please let them know about this event. The mission is to try to bring some joy on the first day of school. You can contact Pastor Stacy Dixon at 951-587-5145 for any information. Now, if you have a great story to share like this one, be sure to email us. We'd love to hear from you. That's our update for COVID-19 today. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow at 4 p.m. as Christine Lee brings you the latest updates. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.